So in my first year, I studied engineering physics and also engineering graphics lab, and also I think there is one subject engineering chemistry. Okay, and also there is some extra subjects that you no need to focus. Okay, but I think at the time of exam, I think these subjects are, I think, a way to score a good CGP. Okay, so there is one subject Constitution of India. There is one subject Universal Essential Values and Ethics, and I think Universal Human Values. Okay, so these are the subjects, and also this one mathematical subject is calculus. Okay, so there's one subject calculus, and I think these are the subjects, and yeah, so those subjects I studied in my first year. Then in my second year, in I think in third semester, I studied about digital electronics, then linear integrated circuits, and also I think there's one lab of electronic devices, and also one subject of electronic devices that I studied. So I think the most important subject is digital electronics. Okay, so I think the companies, when the companies will come, okay, at the time of placements, so I think they will ask questions about digital electronics. Okay, so I think the most important subject is digital electronics. Okay, so in digital electronics, you will learn about, I think, K-map, and also about bit systems. Okay, and also uh, like how digital signals, okay, works, and maybe you have to be need to focus, okay, in this subject, digital electronics. Then there is LIC, which is linear integrated circuits. You will learn about different type of ICs and their architecture. Okay, and also about those IO pins, those GPIO pins, how they will work. Okay, so you will know more about that. Okay, in that subject, linear integrated circuits. Okay, then there is one subject, electronic devices. So in that subject, you will learn more about semiconductor. You will learn more about like the formulas of current. Also, like you will learn about current and voltage characteristics. Okay, so you will learn more about that. Okay, in that subject. Then in my fourth semester, there is, I think, CPA, which stands for Computer Processing and Architecture. So that subject is really important. I think in your last semester also, like when companies will come, okay, they will ask questions from those subjects, okay, like computer processing and architecture. So in that subject, you will learn about internet architecture, okay, and also about okay, how does it process the data, how does it execute, okay. So you will learn more about that, but that is most important subject. So first is digital electronics, and then second is computer processing and architecture, okay. Then third is, I think, DSA, okay, that I studied in my fourth semester. Basically, you will learn about linked list, you will learn about stack, you will learn about nodes. Okay, so I think you will also learn about graphs and many things that are basically come in DSA. Okay, so you know about DSA. If you did a DSA in your early years, okay, before starting in college, so that is really advantage for you, because many companies will ask DSA in the coding rounds. Okay, so you need definitely a DSA practice before that. Okay, so yeah, that is a definitely advantage if you know early. Okay, so if you don't know, then you need practice. That is the key. Okay, so I studied DSA. Then there's one subject is system design using HDL. Okay, so in that subject, I learned about verilog. Okay, so how to implement lookup table. Okay, through verilog language. So there is one software called Silence. Okay, so in that software we used to implement that language. Syntax is really similar to C language, but it doesn't look like same. Okay, this you need to define module, then you need to define IO, okay, input and output. Then there's a function initial begin. Okay, so there are too many things. Okay, so you will learn about Verilog. This is really important language because in your if you are EC student, okay, so it's really important because when companies came, okay, the core companies of ECE, okay, they will ask about Verilog, okay. So please make sure that you build a basic foundation in Verilog, okay, to prevail the interview, okay. Then the next subject that I studied is electrical and electronic systems in my fourth semester. So in that subject, I learned about what is the difference between electrical and electronics. Okay. Then I think we used to have a lab of electrical electronics. So in that we used to do experiment. Okay. We have to build I think, a circuitry. Then we used to connect that circuitry with a digital oscilloscope, and there we used to measure the waveforms and all. Okay, so this is the subject, electrical electronic systems. Then I think there's one more lab of Spice Lab. Okay, so what is that? Is you will basically implement a MOSFET. Okay, MOSFET, P MOSFET, and MOSFET. Okay, then there's I think transistor. So there is a specific language for that, which is Spice. Okay, in that I think there's a software at Spice. Okay, where you implement those MOSFET, and through that you will basically measure the signals, the characteristics. Okay, so this is about Spice. Okay, then in my fifth semester, I studied about digital VLSI design. So I already told about Verilog. Okay, so I think the language Verilog. Okay, this will be same in this subject, digital VLSI design. Okay, so in that VLSI basically a career, okay, in EC. Okay, so if you want to pursue a career in VLSI, then you have to need to focus in this subject, digital VLSI design. Okay, so in that you need a software. I think Xilinx and Cadence. Okay, whatever software you are interested to use. Okay, there you can implement. I think Verilog. Okay, that's it. Then there is one subject, analog and digital communication, where you can learn about analog and digital communication, the models, and also like Hakka model, okay, and also how digital communication works, how analog communication works. So there's too much descriptive, okay, in that subject. So you will learn about that. Then there is one subject, design for testability. So in that subject, you will learn about fault detections. Okay, there are too many methods you will learn. I think when you design IC, okay, when you design IC, there are too many logics. There are too many that it is really impossible for a human to detect faults. Okay, so that's why there is a software. Okay, which I think in this era where I think all companies are using AI, so the AI is implemented to that. So AI basically automatically detects the faults, where is the fault, and then it sends the signals to the operator. So the AI basically detects the faults and then send the signal. There is a fault, and then it basically modifies. Okay, so that is really about TFT. But I think design for testability is really important subject. If you want to pursue a career in this, okay, when you design IC, okay, so there is a different team who are testing, who are basically verifying, modifying. Okay, so that is the field. If you want to pursue, then you need to focus on this subject, design for stability. Then there is one subject, I think, microcontroller and its applications. So in that subject, I basically learned more about 8051 microcontroller, so the architecture, and also how does it work, okay, and also how is it processed, and also the RAM and ROM, also like external memory, okay. So these are the things that you will learn about, okay, in this subject. Then there's one extra subject is essential values and ethics, okay. So this, you don't need to have to focus in the subject, because I think this is really good, easy subject, okay, because this is an extra. This is not your main subject. Then in my sixth semester, I basically studied embedded systems, then computer networks, then I think wireless communication and optical communication, okay, and also there's one subject, professional practice, okay. So in that subject, basically we have been told about how to behave what are the characteristics that you need when you will give the interview, okay, in the placements, okay. And if you go and do the job in the companies, so like what are the behaviors, how to sit, okay, and how to like talk to each other. So these are the things that you have been told when you will study professional practice subject, okay. So this is the additional subject that I study. Then in my current year, seventh semester, I'm studying IoT, which is Internet of Things, and also about mobile communication 5G network. Okay. Then there is one subject, I think system verilog. Basically, that is the advanced version of verilog. Okay. So the syntax are really different from verilog language in system verilog. Okay. So yeah, basically it is really advantage if you know system verilog. So these are the subjects that I'm studying or I studied. Okay. So if any EC student want to pursue a career in those fields, this is really a good time. Okay, so please start learning, and if you need any material, if you need any help from me, okay, so I will give you. Okay, so thank you for watching, guys.